Namaste and hello everyone, I'm Awhona and welcome back to another video on Hamsavahini Vajra-asthra. Now as you can see and guess, I'm travelling again and this time to the north of the country to meet my father and have a mini vacation in a once British hill station called Nainital in India, which is now a Himalayan resort town in the Kumaon region in the northern part of this country. While travelling, I started reading a book which I chose for the ongoing readathon Gothtober 2021. Now, as you all know, Gothtober is a month-long readathon held on booktube from the 1st to the 30th of October, and this year has been hosted by Hannah from LadetteM, Tish from LittleWolf, and Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe. I'll post a link to the announcement videos in the description box below and also link them in the overhead cards above for you to watch. This year, Gothtober has 3 separate teams, which are Team LadyDeath led by Hannah, Team HeavenlyHalos led by Olivia, and Team Hellhounds led by Tish. Now, I'm on Team LadyDeath and today's video will focus on the book I recently completed, which fulfills 2 prompts from LadyDeath's dashboard, which are a book written by an LGBTQ community representative and the prompt called CrossRoads. So the book I'm going to talk about today is called Strange Practice, written by Vivian. And to know more about this fascinating book, do please join me further in this video. So now let's get down to the book itself. Strange Practice is a perfect book to read this Halloween season and is a trilogy, and I just completed part 1 of the series. Dr. Greta Helsing is a human medical practitioner with medical degrees and an internship from King's College Hospital and runs her clinic in London with 2 assistants called Nadesta, also called Des in the story, and Anna. Dr. Greta's medical career is successful yet highly demanding because her patients are not at all human but the otherworldly creatures like ghouls, banshees, Egyptian mummies, vampires of all sorts, exiled demons of hell and other monsters. Her assistants, Des and Anna, are also familiar with these night creatures and the otherworldly presence about them because Des is a witch and Anna is a half Rusalka, which is a mermaid serpent sort of creature associated with water from the Slavic mythology. Dr. Greta inherited the strange medical practice from her now deceased father, who had vampires and demons as close friends and clients. Dr. Greta herself, after her father died, took over his strange practice and had an exiled demon called Fars Tito Callan, also known as Fars in the story, as a fatherly figure, along with an old vampire called Lord Ruthven, who was a count from Scotland from the 17th century, as a family friend. On any average day, Dr. Greta Helsing's clinic would be tending to vocal strains in banshees, headaches and nausea in ghouls, entropy in Egyptian mummies, and possibly crafting bones for the Egyptian mummies too. But one fine day, Dr. Helsing is called in on an urgent basis for Lord Ruthven's fellow lunar-sensitive vampire called Sir Francis Varney, who happened to be a vampire from the 16th century with a strange illness and showed no signs of immediate recovery, which was characteristic of the vampires. Later, Dr. Helsing finds that this illness was caused due to a strange metal coated with a harmful substance which was lethal to all vampires, lodged deep within his neck, as Sir Francis Varney was attacked by a group of Benedictine monks who lived as a murderous secret society, cleansing the city of London of all unholy creatures in the name of a secret order of the church from the 13th century. Meanwhile, London is plagued by terror due to a murderous group called the Ripper and another mysterious chain of deaths, with a plastic rosary stuffed in the mouth of the victims as its characteristic signature, which gradually spreads fear and panic in the minds of the daily commuters and inhabitants of London. On giving medical aid to Sir Francis Varney, Dr. Helsing discovers that they had a bunch of fundamentalist monks who were killing in the name of God and had mostly targeted the night creatures who lived quietly beside the human population, unseen and unspoken. Lord Ruthven, who had become a sort of otherworldly protector of London for the past 200 years now, was on fire to protect the otherworldly denizens from the strange bunch of monks who were not entirely human, as they had a strange blue glow emanating from their eyes, which were both supernatural and gave them powers of self-healing and night vision, just like the vampires. Thus begins the pursuit of the hunters and the hunted. I personally found the writing fascinating, and this novel certainly changed my view and concepts of hell. Angels like Samuel, who had fallen, exiled demons of hell and their powers to access both higher and lower planes of existence, trace signature energy trails of creatures and humans alike, or lend an invisibility cloak to humans when they really needed it for the greater good. The most creative part of this book is the compassionate and dedicated approach of Dr. Helsing and her rock-solid determination to understand any medical case with any supernatural creature from a scientific viewpoint. This story also delicately highlights the general misconception of heaven being good and hell being evil, whereas the truth is that they are two sides of a balance which must be maintained at all times. Whenever heaven exerts more influence, the demons and the other creatures of hell who coexist alongside humans will definitely be in action to maintain the balance, and this would also happen vice versa. I was particularly fascinated by the lunar sensitive vampire mentioned in this book, and here we have vampires with an I who are not lunar sensitive, and vampires spelt with a Y in them, which are lunar sensitive, which means that they resurrect their energies and themselves in the moonlight. Equally amazing are the part of the Cowls and how they collaborate with Dr. Helsing, who is a human doctor, and Lord Ruthven, who is an ancient vampire, to protect their clan from the murderous monk secret society. On the whole, this is a perfect gothic tale, the best fit I found for reading this spooky season, and I gave it a 5 stars on Goodreads and devoured every part of the story. An absolute unputdownable book for me. And with that, we come to the end of this video. Do let me know your thoughts and leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, do please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be back very soon with another video next week, so till then, take care, have a good reading week ahead, and namaste.